Good afternoon. Welcome to this very special event. Most importantly, this is a day for our students to walk across our stage and become graduates of BCIT. But this is also a day for you, family and friends who join us to celebrate these events. My name is Jennifer Figner. I'm the Associate Vice President, Implementation and Integration at BCIT, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. I would first like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Coast Salish people, which includes the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I would also like to acknowledge our interpreters joining me on stage today, Donna and Liz. So a little housekeeping before we start. We do have a professional photographer here with us today from Artona. 2 professional photos will be taken of each graduate immediately after they cross the stage. Image previews along with optional order information will be emailed and mailed to students within 1 week. We encourage you to take any personal photos of your graduate following the ceremony. The photographers will also be available for individual portraits and with family members after the ceremony. Just follow the signs up the stairs to room 3040. We are also doing a live stream video of the ceremony right now at bcit.ca, so if you've got family or friends who are not able to join us today, they can follow along live. This also means that there's no need to capture your own video of the ceremony. The link to the professional video will remain on our website for several months, so you can view it again and share it with friends at family dinners and download it for your own use and to embarrass your family members at future family events. We want to make sure this is an enjoyable occasion for everyone. So once you've texted, tweeted, or talked, please ensure that anything that you have that makes noise is turned off for the duration of our ceremony. Now, our processions are about to enter the auditorium. Our Piper Vern Kennedy will lead our faculty and platform party, followed by our soon-to-be graduates. I ask you all now to please rise to greet our processions and to please remain standing until after the singing of our national anthem. Our processions will begin with our faculty and our platform parties. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class of 2019. remain standing and join in the singing of the national anthem led by Stephanie Standerwick.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Stephanie. Would everyone please be seated? I would now like to ask Zah Joseph to come forward. Zah has been an advisor in the Indigenous Services Department since 2008, working on the Indigenous Initiative and Partnerships team. He volunteers as a director-at-large with the BCIT Faculty and Staff Association and is the co-creator of BCIT's Diversity Circles initiative. Zah is the member of the Clatsden First Nation and part of the Dakel people.
Hadi Dianto, Zah Derek Gamal Joseph Lasuzi. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional territories of the Coast Salish people, so the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish nations that the BCIT main campuses reside on. This year, BCIT Indigenous Services celebrates our 25th year. With that, we have committed to continuing to enrich our campuses with Indigenous ways of knowing, being, and knowledge and protocols. Through BCIT Indigenous initiatives and partnerships, Indigenous vision and action plans, we continue to fulfill the rich promises of an educational journey for everyone in our community, including you. Yay. And yes, there is much work to be done. Canada does have a tragic history with the Indigenous people and education. It's clear that the purpose of residential schools was not for the education of Indigenous people. Moving forward in a positive way, as Indigenous and non-Indigenous people working together towards a positive future is the new reality. I'm certain this meaningful shared education is our way forward. As a graduate of BCIT, you're bound to exciting careers that have limitless potential. Your credential marks you as a hard worker, a mentor, a lifelong learner, and a leader. So today, on the day of your convocation, I asked you to take a moment to think about what you can do as a graduate, a leader, a mentor, to help our Indigenous communities heal and to continue our journey forward in a good way. I ask that you continue to walk towards reconciliation from this institute and bring it forward into your workplaces and your communities and your homes. Congratulations on today's incredible achievement. OCM Masicho, thank you very much.
Thank you, Zah. I'd now like to welcome the Indigenous Women's Ensemble, Ma Girl, who will be performing a traditional song of welcome and celebration.
That's good. Good afternoon. The song we'd like to share with you is a song called Ketotsigewin, which is Find Your Song. And you're all finding your song. Ketotsigewin, hey, hey. Ketotsigewin, hey, hey. Ketotsigewin, hey, hey. Ketotsigewin, hey, hey. Ketotsigewin. searching for your song, melody inside. Find out what is strong. Negamo win, negamo jang, get your tea, win, hey, hey. Get your tea, win, hey, hey. Get your tea, journey all the way, find what's right for you. Song inside your mind, negamo win, negamo jang, get your tea, win, hey, hey. Woo! All of us has a song. All of us has a song. All of us has a tune. All of us has a tune. It's in our heart and in our bones. It's in our heart and in our bones. It's in our ways. It's up to you. Get your tea, win, hey, hey. 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 Get your tea, searching for your song, melody inside. Find out what is strong. Negamo win, negamo jang, get your tea, win, hey, hey. Get your tea, win, hey, hey. Get your tea, journey all the way, find what's right for you. Song inside your heart. Negamo win, negamo jang, get your tea, win, hey, hey. Woo! All of us has a song. All of us has a song. All of us has a tune. All of us has a tune. It's in our heart and in our bones. It's in our heart and in our bones. It's in our ways. It's up to you. Get your tea, win, hey, hey. Get your tea, win, hey, hey. Get your tea, win, hey, hey. Negamo win, negamo jang. Sing together, negamo win, negamo jang. From the marrow of your bones, from the journeys of our past, sing the future yet unknown.
Thank you. I'd now like to introduce our platform party. I will ask them to stand when they call their names and to please remain standing. And I will ask the audience to please hold their applause until everyone has been introduced. Starting with the front row, Anne-Marie Webb Hughes, past President, Alumni Association. I've been to about 15 years of this ceremony, and the least followed direction every time is that hold your applause thing. So we've got a few people to introduce. If we can applaud really loud at the end. Barry Hogan, Dean, Academic Planning and Quality Assurance. I've got kids. I can remind you over and over and over again. Kim Dotto, Dean, Applied Research and Technology Center. James Rout, Associate Vice President, Education Support and Innovation. Doug Evanishin, Representative, Board of Governors. Charmaine Crooks, our keynote speaker this afternoon, President of NGU Consultants Incorporated. Tom Romer, Vice President, Academic. Lisa Collins, Vice President, Student Services. Kevin Wainwright, Acting Dean, School of Business. Dean Hildebrandt, Dean, School of Computing and Academic Studies. Moving to our second row, Donna Mackay, Registrar. Irel Sanchez, Vice President, Student Affairs, Student Association. Lori Becker, Associate Dean, Business Administration and Acting Associate Dean, Accounting, Finance and Insurance. Vicki Roy, Associate Dean, Marketing Management. Susan Burgess, Associate Dean, Digital Arts. Erin Hunter, Acting Associate Dean, Computing. Patricia Sackville, Associate Dean, Academic Studies. And Zah Joseph, Advisor, Indigenous Services. Ladies and gentlemen, your platform party. I would now like to call upon Tom Romer, Vice President Academic, for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Jennifer, and welcome everyone. So excited to be with you here today for our first convocation ceremony of 2019. The graduates of BCIT have earned an impressive credential, and they have definitely the right to be excited about their futures. And this day is all about you. But before any of you cross the stage, let's acknowledge some very impressive people in this room. First, there are the friends and families of our graduates. You have supported our grads in countless ways, and it's largely because of you that they can be here today. And second, there are our faculty and staff. Your generosity is absolutely inspiring. You've worked so hard to get our students here and today, and I know how proud you are of them and how special that day is for you as well. So thank you for being inclusive, for striving to make the benefits of a BCIT education accessible to all of our students. And I defy any other post-secondary to produce a more dedicated group of educators. So for that reason, before we turn our attention to you, our graduates, I ask that you would please stand and take a moment, stand up and thank the people in this room that have gotten you here today. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, I now turn to you. Thank you. Thank you for putting your faith in us at BCIT, and thank you for supporting one another for your perseverance. BCIT is not an easy road. We know this. We demand a lot, but that's because we promise a lot. We promise graduates who are adept in their field and yet humble in their character. We promise workers who are collaborative in spirit and entrepreneurial in their approach. We promise citizens who strive for personal success and success for the world. We promise innovative thinkers who will solve some of the great issues of our time. And when I look around with this group, I believe we have delivered on our promise. Graduates, this is a day of celebration, a moment to reflect proudly on your own accomplishments and of those of your fellow graduates. I wish I had the time to say a few words about each of you, as I'm sure you all have your own remarkable stories to share. But instead, I'd just like to talk about one exceptional student who exemplifies the best of BCIT. Michelle Wan is graduating today in computer systems technology. Where's Michelle? Nice to meet you, Michelle. During her time here, Michelle presented her innovative individual work across Canada, as well as at industry events with her student project group. She worked on two very prominent projects. The first is an app that managed data from a BCIT-created concrete strength tester. Get that, a BCIT-created concrete strength tester, which can help save lives in earthquake-prone locations. The other is an Alexa lab simulation for the BCIT Specialty Nursing Simulation Lab. This this Alexa lab simulation received widespread interest for its innovation, as well as its ability to help nurses work more efficiently and reduce errors. I would like to quote special nursing faculty member Rob Kruger, who worked with Michelle on this project and who said, "Michelle has all the attributes that we and our industry partners look for in a BCIT student and in a new graduate. She has demonstrated inquisitiveness, innovation, a willingness to work through unique problems to create something new, and an engaging disposition that allows her to communicate with technical and non-technical individuals alike." Wow. So Michelle, it's no surprise that you were offered a job by Vancouver-founded industry leader Elastic Path already 3 months prior to graduation. Congratulations. Innovation, initiative, curiosity. These are important BCIT traits, and traits demonstrated at one time or another by all of our graduates who I see before me today. I would like to introduce one more special graduate to you now. Would Ellen Bruness please stand up? Poor Ellen has no idea what's coming. So Ellen, you will be one of the last students, or will be the last student to cross our stage today. And so I ask all of our other graduates to return to their seats after receiving their credential and be present to celebrate Alan's moment, just as he will have celebrated yours. And for your patience, Alan, I'll treat you to dinner. How's that? Thank you. Graduates, your adventure is just beginning. The road does not end here, and neither should your education. Whether back at BCIT, through additional education, or in your new roles in industry, do keep learning. Read, travel, talk to strangers. Above all, stay curious. And most of all, have fun. You've earned it. Today marks the end of your current program, but not the end of your relationship with BCIT. We have a large and impressive alumni body. Please stay in touch and become a member of that alumni body. You have my sincere admiration, and all I can say is congratulations to all of you and to everyone who has made this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I'd now like to call upon Doug Evanishin, who will bring greetings from the board and introduce our keynote speaker this afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here today to congratulate our graduates and to commend our faculty and staff on behalf of the BCIT Board of Governors. To all students in the audience today, well done. When you made the choice to come to BCIT, you changed the course of your future. The time and hard work you have invested here will open many doors. Employers know that when they hire a BCIT grad, they're getting someone who can hit the ground running. Our grads are known for their drive, their talent, their ingenuity. Whichever path you embark on, you will make a difference. You're surrounded by your family and friends today who are incredibly proud of all that you've accomplished. You've also earned the confidence of your instructors. They know just what it took to get you here today. Each of you deserves to feel enormously proud. Your time at BCIT has come to an end, but your achievements won't stop here. I challenge you to build on everything you've learned and accomplished during your time at BCIT. Commit yourself to making an impact within your future workplaces and definitely within your communities. On behalf of the BCIT Board of Governors, I want to offer our warmest congratulations to all of you and your academic and personal achievements. I have to say, my family of four of us are BCIT alum. My heart and soul is in this organization. I applaud you all. This afternoon, I also have the pleasure, it says the pleasure here, but in reality, it's a great honor to be able to introduce our keynote speaker today, an amazing Canadian, Charmaine Crooks, president of NGU Consultants. Charmaine is a member of the Order of Canada, a 5-time Olympian, Olympic silver medalist, and a globally recognized leader in sports advocacy. Charmaine was Canada's flag bearer at the opening ceremony of the 1996 Atlanta Centennial Olympic Games and was elected to the International Olympic Committee to serve on multiple commissions before being appointed Vice President of the World Olympians Association. Charmaine is director on several charitable and public sector boards and volunteers on the Canadian Olympic Committee, Canadian Soccer Association Executive Board, and the organizing committee for FIFA competitions. She also recently co-founded the 365 International Sports Foundation, dedicated to bringing communities together through sports. Please join me in giving Charmaine a warm welcome to BCIT.
Take it in, will you? Just take in this amazing moment that you're all celebrating here today with family, with friends, with faculty, with staff, with everyone. And just know that soon you will also be walking across the stage, just like others have before, at BCIT as graduates. What a proud moment this is for you and your entire families and everyone who is here celebrating your moment with you here today. But before you take onto the stage, just relish these final moments. Won't you relish what brought you here today? Reflected by your personal accomplishments, reflected by all the people who have been part of your team from the very beginning to help you get here. Remember as well those times that you spent with friends, studying, challenging yourself. The times that you spent with families who encouraged you every day to get up and to keep doing what you're doing to cross that finish line. And remember those times spent here and the friendships that you've made, the friendships that will last forever, and the legacy that you will continue to leave when you leave here today. And also relish, as you will before you take this stage, the good times and also the bad times, of course, and how you've overcome that to be where you are and to be where you are heading. Now, as an Olympian, and as someone who has walked across a similar stage to get my own degree, I know about the nerves and excitement as you're sitting here waiting to grab hold of that diploma in your hand. And as one who has stood on the Olympic podium and other sports podiums throughout my almost 20-year career in the sport of track and competing for this great country of Canada, I can honestly say that today you are out of the blocks for that next lap of your life. And I can also tell you that before you even got on this stage, and before I even got on any podium that I've ever had the privilege of being part of because of the people who helped me there, it started with a dream. And that dream started first in my own family. And if you're like my family, you're one of the 6.7 million immigrants that came to Canada to call it home. And like the many whose hopes and dreams were to be created through education, and how education was the foundation that was going to open the doors to the opportunities that are right in front of you today. Education has always been that foundation for me and always been the hallmark of what it was to help with my contributions to Canada. So whether it was from a schoolgirl playing in the playgrounds, outrunning the boys, right, to a scholarship at university where I studied psychology, to competing against some of the best in the world south of the border, to competing against around the world with some of the best in the world, and to traveling and to being an advocate for sport, and then being elected to the International Olympic Committee and other organizations across Canada to help shape sport here and internationally. Sport and the Olympics has been my personal foundation. And now, as a business person and as a community volunteer, I can look back and reflect on that and how important those values of education and what they meant to me and everything I continue to do today. But it's through these timeless, universal lessons of sport that I want to connect with you all today before you take this powerful stage. I look at the lessons around dedication, being dedicated to your your goals of achieving what you're doing, and this ongoing dedication to do what you love with the support of those around you. And I'm also reminded of that perseverance, sometimes not taking no for an answer, right? And sometimes looking ahead as you venture off into the world, and those still, that same notion of perseverance, how even more important it's going to become. And learning from failure. You know, every race I ran, we didn't win any race, but we learned from every single opportunity. Learning how to regroup, how to refocus, how to re-energize. And those lessons are common, whether it's sport or in academics. And learning how to work with a team from different cultures, different organizations, and making that all part of what it really is to accomplish a goal together with those common values and those common vision. Does this sound familiar, guys? Can I hear a yeah? It sounds familiar? Just a little bit? Absolutely. And you know, that same focus and qualities that it took to be an athlete, and it still takes many of the Olympians and Paralympians who are doing that every day, are what is about that constant discovery that applies to any endeavor, including yours, like the one on this day. So in the beginning, I was also inspired by many role models. I saw role models who emulated what I wanted to do, just like how the role models who have walked past this stage also emulated. And really seeing them is all about wanting to be them. And others today will see you, and they'll want to be you. They will want to emulate the qualities that you have to inspire them. And through this leadership and through what you are doing today, becoming role models does have a great amount of responsibility. But I know that you, who will all have and are taking this baton, will relish that responsibility. Because BCIT is full of those who sat just where you are today and who continue to be fueled by the support that was provided to them by the amazing faculty, leaders, and staff who are joining us today. And thank you all as well. Now, speaking of teamwork, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't because of a team, both on and off the track. And it wasn't because of the coaches who told me that every day, that hard work and that doing those little things consistently, constantly, never stops when I left the track. And that sometimes it's painful, right? And sometimes it's doing those things that keep you away from doing the other things that you enjoy doing. And having to have done this throughout my academic career as well. And as with any endeavor, as I mentioned, it does start with a dream. But it must be fueled by the ongoing commitment to a plan that you have in place to cross that finish line. Now, all of my plans certainly didn't always work out, but from every single one of them, and you will find that you will grow and you will learn. And you can also learn by leaning on those. Learn and lean on those who can support you, who can nurture you, who can help you, and who can inspire you, and who can also remind you that you have the tools for success. You have the tools. You've earned it. And this is why you're here today. And education is one of those tools, but it's also a starting line. And this is what this day is about for you. So today, we celebrate, we take a victory lap, and we get ready for that next race. And it's no longer, oh, I could do it, or this is you, or what have you. This is about being the best that is yet to come. And I congratulate you all for what you have done. I want to leave you with 2 or 3 words and phrases that continues to drive me and help me through the lessons I've learned from sport. First one is about teamwork. You know, the teams that you will be on and are on, and look at this audience and look at us here today, are more diverse and inclusive than ever. And I couldn't be more excited about the tables that you will sit around and how those opportunities will make our world of the future even more inclusive. You'll be thriving in this fiercely competitive environment and trusting in yourself and your teammates that they will pass you the baton and they will run the strong leg of the team. So run that strong leg of the team with your teammates. And also recognize that success can be fleeting, and it's still all about redefining who you are and not being defined by other people's expectations or preconceived impressions of who they think you are or what you can or cannot do. That trust in yourself is what has brought you here today. That can-do attitude, and by working with the team, has been certainly a part of that. Secondly, to make a difference. You know, I've had the privilege of working alongside sport and helping to drive and impact changes. And I know that you will all go out and impact those changes in your own worlds as well. And there's no shortage of need in our own community where we can do that. So ask yourself, how can I make a difference? How can I be a champion for my community and to others, in service to others? I challenge you all as you move forward to give back and to make your community a better place to be. And make a difference in your workplace as well. And I know sitting here today are those of you who will bring fresh ideas, fresh innovation, and fresh ways of delivering even better futures ahead that you have inherited. And make a difference as leaders. You know, we already know that you are defining yourselves in your communities now, but there is so much more ahead, and I know that you are equipped to be able to do that. You're role models. You're role models to your families who have gathered here today. You're role models to BCIT, and BCIT thrives because you were here. So, this day is a result of your dream. This day is a result of your plan put into action. This day is about your team. Thank them. And this day is also about the fuel that will be the foundation for your next challenge ahead. Congratulations, and know that the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Charmaine. What a wonderful message. You know, and the education is your starting line, and that with teamwork and figuring out how you're going to make a difference. Really, really appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to that exciting moment when our graduates are about to cross the stage. Here's the process that we're going to be following. The students, you can see, are already beginning to leave the auditorium, and they will return through the side door to my left. They will hand me their credential. I will read their name, and then I will return the credential to them. Then our graduates are going to shake a few hands as they cross the stage. Tom Romer, our Vice President Academic, Charmaine Crooks, who just spoke, Doug Effinitian from the board, the Dean of their school, and our alumni representative, Anne-Marie Webb-Hughes, who will gift them with their BCIT pin because by that point, they will be alumni. You may also see faculty members coming forward to join the line and shake the hands of the students that they have instructed and supported over their time here. That special connection between our students and our faculty is a really important part of the BCIT experience. It's what really differentiates us. After that, students will exit the theater via stage right and will be directed to a special area where professional photographers will be waiting to take a photo with them and their credential. Graduates will then be directed back to their seats. Now, as Tom mentioned earlier, we want to be sure that all of our graduates, from the first to cross the stage right to our very final graduate, are equally and respectfully acknowledged as they receive their credential, because this is a big deal. So we ask graduates to please return to your seat and, along with all of our guests, continue to be present and recognize your fellow graduates in this important moment. Would our platform party please take their places to congratulate our graduates? Okay, here we go. So our initial graduates who are the School of Business, Kevin Wainwright is the acting dean, and our students are graduating initially from the Bachelor of Business Administration. Jenna Alton. Brianna Elizabeth Alexander, graduating with distinction. Jaylyn Rosemarie Bartnick. Chelsea Bogusevich, graduating with distinction. Congratulations. Brian Constantine Chang. Brian, it's all right. Thank you. Serena Sin Yin Chung. Julia Dreyer. Therese Marguerite Edwards. Rowan El Khatib. Congratulations. Ida Ismaili. Congratulations. Shariar Karardi. Congratulations. You posing for photos, my friend? Ah, very nice. Zane Lau. Congratulations. Tyrone Langert. Congratulations. Philip Majak, graduating with distinction. Congratulations. Jaztine Mand. Congratulations. Michelin. Tyson Michelin. Congratulations. Keeping it simple for me, are you? Gareth Ng. Congratulations. Deanna Nicola, graduating with distinction. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Eric Parker. Kelly Pospisil. Congratulations, Kelly. Michael William James Plum. Congratulations, Michael. Thank you. Hardil Singh Sidhu. Congratulations. Thank you. Leah Silver, graduating with distinction. Congratulations, Leah. Arthi Kaur Singh. Congratulations. Eileen Joy Sigua, graduating with distinction. Junita? Oh, you gotta help me with the last name. Thackerlow. Junita Thackerlow. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Jessica Truman. Congratulations. Man Ying Mandy C. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Zoe Yang. Zoe. Congratulations. Now our graduates from the Bachelor of Accounting degree. Graduating with distinction, Baldeep Athwal. Baldeep, you're going to want this to keep. Thank you. Jiang Kiao Kao, graduating with distinction. Kyle Matthew Chin. Graduating with distinction, Felix Sing Wei Chow. Well done. Thank you. How are you? Graduating with distinction, Tony DaCosta. Brett Detta. Congratulations. Yan Liu, graduating with distinction. Abu Muhammad. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Madison Taylor Pagliacci. Awesome. Satwinder S. Sidhu. Congratulations. Prabjot Singh. Graduating with distinction, Mary Sue. Congratulations. Stuart Webb, graduating with distinction. Congratulations. Pollux Yik K. Young. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Accounting degree, Inderpal Bachu. Congratulations. Nice to see you. Graduating with distinction, Regina Capistrano. Regina. Hai De Chan. Congratulations. Clarice Laura Fohas. Mandeep Kaur Kurana. Graduating with distinction, Austin James Reese Craig. Austin. Thank you. Jamie Kraus. Congratulations on two things, I guess. Yeah. Graduating with distinction, Nok Kim Fung Win. Thank you. May Ann Rasmukel. Rasmukel, I know, I actually have said it a million times. Is it Sagum? Claire Sagum. Congratulations. I don't want to say it. Michael Anthony Sorgiovanni. I'm going to give you a hug afterwards, okay? Graduating with distinction, Lindsay Sturgeon. Well done. Elena Wong. Congratulations. Bian Wu. Congratulations. Now our graduates from the Accounting Diploma Program, Alexander John Austria. Congratulations. Thank you. Yi Jun Chen. Congratulations. Thank you. Matthew Lawrence Diasis. Congratulations. Thank you. It's Fatima Fasihi. Congratulations. Abjot Singh Griwal. Kurash Haidari. Kurash. Thank you. Zhao Hu. Congratulations. Thank you. Ronnie Johal. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Janet Orlandi. Congratulations. Jerry Shu. Vinay Singh Sidhu. Congratulations. I love your earrings. Kiki. Kiki Wu. Congratulations. Graduating from our finance diploma program, Jeffrey Bouchard. How awesome is it that I get to do this? Do you say it? Tagbai? Yeah. Diva Tagbai. This is so awesome. Benjamin Young. Congratulations. Graduating from our financial management diploma, professional accounting option, Azada Abdul Bahavi. Graduating from the Financial Management Diploma Advanced Accounting option, Amandeep Kaur. Graduating with the Diploma in Financial Planning, Nitika Mahajan. Congratulations. Graduating with the Certificate Financial Management Professional Accounting option, Ana Paula Palmero Lopez. Congratulations. Oh, and you know what? My bad. Too many words to be reading. Almost equally importantly, with distinction. Thank you. Harpreet Kaur Sahota. Congratulations. Mingming Yang. Congratulations. Graduating with Certificate in Financial Management Finance option, Paulo Caesar. Congratulations. With distinction. So too many pieces of paper. Keep me on my toes. Thank you. It's Gabriella, is that what it is? Oliveira, okay. Gabriella Oliveira. Oh, I like that. Thank you. Just Douglas Lopez. Graduating with Certificate in International Trade and Transportation Logistics, Douglas Lopez with distinction. Congratulations. Renata Nunez de Souza. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with a Certificate in Operations Management Industrial Engineering option, Andre Kroll. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with a Certificate in Operations Management Management Engineering option, Jose David Munoz. Congratulations. Graduating with a Certificate in Operations Management Materials Management option, Flavia De Santos Late. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Graduating with a certificate in operations management, facilities management option, Andreas Oliveira, with distinction. Congratulations, well done. Graduating with an advanced diploma in business management, Ming Liang Jiang. Congratulations. Tianheng Liang. Congratulations. Good shoes, smart woman. Zen Zen. Zen Zen Lin. Congratulations. Jiayong Liu. Congratulations. Paramith Rudrapa. Congratulations. Graduating with a diploma in business management, Daniela Amaya. Congratulations. Graduating with a certificate in business management, Karina Alvarez Gomez. Congratulations. And Karina, take this. You'll want that. Look at your shoes. You're amazing. How do you say last name? Jessica Christina de Abreu. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Carlos Ernesto Dermot Salazar. Congratulations. Thank you. Carlos Alberto Quinones Rodriguez. Congratulations. Erica Cristina Ribeiro Leal. Congratulations. Rajwinder Singh. Congratulations. Graduating with a diploma in human resource management, Alexi January Blake Hogan with distinction. Congratulations. Graduating with a certificate in human resource management, Harpreet Kaur Chima. Congratulations. Thank you. Charlie Dan. Congratulations, Charlie. Love it. No, don't be. It's all good. Yvette Carolina Gil Martinez. Congratulations. I love that. Good for you. Amandeep Kaur. Graduating with distinction, Stephanie Salcido Pozas. Congratulations. Tamara Wah. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Rosina Zerafian. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with a diploma in business administration management option, Natalia Kodachenko. Congratulations. Graduating with a diploma in business administration marketing option, Olga Boyar. Congratulations. Graduating with a diploma in marketing management professional sales option, Charlie Lee. Congratulations, Charlie. Thank you. Graduating with a certificate in marketing management and with distinction, John Joseph Belbeck. Congratulations. Thank you. Miana Enriquez. Congratulations. Thank you. Do you say Ria? Leah. Leah Furukata, graduating with distinction. Congratulations. Thank you. Tamiris Gomez. Graduating with distinction, Tamiris Gomez. Congratulations. Well done. Graduating with distinction, Giovanna Lamazlales Ferreira. Congratulations, well done. Rafael Lores Ferreira. Congratulations, Rafael. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Vanessa Liu. Congratulations. Daniela Maldonado Hernandez. Congratulations. Hi. Carla Rodriguez. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Michelle Taveras Garcia Trinidad. Congratulations. Well done. Janelle Trapp. Congratulations. Graduating with a certificate in marketing management, marketing communications option, Tatiana Laber. Congratulations. Good choice in shoes. Julia Victoria Medeiros Pereira de Souza. Congratulations. Thank you. Akansha. Graduating with a certificate in marketing management professional sales option, Akanksha. Congratulations, well done. Thank you. Manroop Kaur. Congratulations. Graduating with a diploma in marketing management, tourism management option, Annabelle Almonte. Congratulations, Annabelle. Thank you. Nathan Sil Hong Sito. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with a diploma in 3D modeling, art, and animation, and graduating with distinction, Sonia Dillon. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Jason David Dolphin. Congratulations, Jason. Well, thank you. Graduating with distinction, Rayhan Halani. Congratulations. Shan Shea. Graduating with distinction, Shan Shea. Congratulations. Thank you. Jawed. Graduating with distinction, James Jowett. Congratulations, James. Graduating with distinction, Amber Lubia Loison. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Natalie Sum-Yi Louis. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Graduating with distinction, Nikita Liu. I can do that. Graduating with distinction, Tyler Mark McQuarrie. Congratulations, Tyler. Graduating with distinction, Tadu Henrique Sansvaz. Congratulations. Juan Shen. Congratulations. Thank you. Do you want the B in there? Joshua B. Singh. Okay. Joshua B. Singh. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Aaron Tobani. Sorry, Aaron, my voice caught on that one. Congratulations. Graduating with the joint BCIT Emily Carr Certificate in Communication Design Essentials, Omar Al-Azawi. Sorry, I'm throwing cards everywhere here. I'm just going to give him 1 minute. Graduating with distinction, Sulki Choi. Congratulations. Okay, I will. Kin Godwin Chua. Got it. Graduating with distinction, Kin Godwin Chua. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay. Graduating with distinction, Nicole Kukier. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Victoria Lee. Graduating with distinction, Rachel Rose Ramos Dancel. Graduating with distinction, Shannon Marie Sembo. Congratulations, Shannon. Graduating with a certificate in new media design and web development, Manjot Dosanjh. Congratulations. Oops, it's not good. Graduating with a certificate in media techniques and marketing communications, Youssef Hassan. Graduating with a certificate in web technologies, Melanie Ruth Sia. Congratulations. All right, now we're moving to the School of Computing and Academic Studies. Dean Hildebrandt is the dean. The Graduate Certificate, Forensic Investigation of Fraud and Financial Crime, our first graduate with distinction, is Cody Gordon Reedman. The Bachelor of Technology in Computer Systems, Shiv Dev Singh Bacha. Congratulations. Thank you. Maninderjeet Kaur Gambinpuri. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Vincent Huang. Gary Lesperance. Congratulations. Ji Lee. Congratulations, well done. Marcus Lieberman. Congratulations, Marcus. Graduating with distinction, Matthew Wong. Congratulations, Matthew. Now, with our Bachelor of Technology, Forensic Investigation, Crime and Intelligence Analysis option, we have graduating Kalia Bertoa. Congratulations. Thank you. Ramandeep Johal. Congratulations. Woots. Graduating with distinction, Brittany Alexandra Woots. Congratulations, Brittany. Hello. Graduating with a Bachelor of Technology, Forensic Investigation, Digital Cybersecurity option, Jackie Wong. Congratulations. Thank you. Now our Diploma in Computer Systems, graduating with distinction, Muntaj Singh Kalon. Congratulations, well done. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Jongwook Kim. Congratulations. Good choice in shoes, Hao. Graduating with distinction, Hao Feng. Congratulations. Graduating with a Diploma in Computer Systems Client Server option, Nixon Wu. Congratulations. Thank you. Back to you. Now our Diploma in Computer Systems Database option, Yin Wang Johnny Ng. Sorry. Graduating with distinction. Kevin O. Owane. Congratulations, Kevin. Adrian Saldivar. Congratulations, Adrian. Jinghua Wei. Congratulations. Hong Kit Wu. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Vince Young. Now our Diploma in Computer Systems Web and Mobile option, Garel Bucknor, graduating with distinction. Congratulations. Lucas Chan. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Yevhen Myoniak. Congratulations, well done. Inochi Tanaka. Congratulations. Ji Yao Wu. Congratulations. Graduating with a Diploma in Computer Systems Cloud Computing option, Alex John Campbell. Congratulations, Alex. Graduating with distinction, Patrick Charles Lundell. Graduating with distinction, including the Cooperative Education Program, Justin Heidema. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Hao Guan. Congratulations. Thank you. Xin Heng. Congratulations. Guanwai Sheng. Congratulations. Alariza Satari. Congratulations. Thank you. Da Wan Siu. Congratulations. Nice tie, I like it. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Long Wan. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Michelle Wan. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Cameron John Warji. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Daniel Patrick Zhang. Congratulations, Daniel. Chong Yang Zheng. Congratulations. Thank you. Now graduating with a diploma in Computer Systems, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning option, and with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Justin Thomas Alexander Carey. Congratulations, Justin. Thank you. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Artur Gorgienko. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Darian Wayne Grattan. Congratulations. Thank you. Akemi Haraguchi. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Alexander Su. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Pashan Ruzbe Arani. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with distinction, Jae Hyuk Jang. Congratulations. Jazreet Kaur Kara. Congratulations. Doyup Kim. Congratulations. Thank you. Andrew Luyan Mai. Congratulations. Sean Reo Mayoka. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Sang Woo Park. Congratulations. Thank you. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, and I think rocking alumni socks right now, Miranda Patton. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction, Devin Purhar. Congratulations. Graduating with distinction from the Cooperative Education Program, Dylan Sim. Congratulations, Dylan. Graduating with distinction, Mark Vincent Tolentino Tan. You got a fan club. Yeah. Thank you very much. Graduating with a certificate, Office Administrator with Technology, Ivy Fabregas. Congratulations. Nicole Marie Lowe. Congratulations. Ina Karen Nat. Congratulations. Reinoa. Agnes Doria Reinoa. Did I do that right? All right. Congratulations. Hi. Awesome. Evagen? Say it one more time. You have again? All right, let's try this. All right, graduating with certificate in computer systems and graduating with distinction, Yevgen Litvinenko. Close? All right. Volodymyr Protsenko. Johnny Alexis Vasquez. Congratulations. Walid Mamdou Waba. Yes. Thank you very much. So I can figure it out. Graduating with certificate in applied data analytics and graduating with distinction, Austin Richard Bellantoni. Austin, you'll want that with you. Thank you. Vilor? Graduating with distinction, Marcello Brazil Vilor. Congratulations, Marcello. Graduating with distinction and a name you may remember from a little while ago, Alan Brunes, our last graduate, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the platform party can now go back to their seats. So we're just going to wait a few minutes as our students, our last few students who crossed the stage are back having their photographs taken, and they're pretty efficient back there, but we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to get back into the auditorium. So as we wait for them to return, I will remind you that image previews from those photos that were taken backstage, along with optional order information, will be both emailed and mailed to students within the next week. I'll also remind people, if they didn't notice on their way in, that both the BCIT Alumni Association and student associations have booths out front where you can purchase, now that you are going to be alumni, your official alumni gear, including the awesome yellow and blue socks that are the envy of every post-secondary student. And those will be around after the ceremony and during the reception if people want to purchase those. So now I get to put on a slightly different hat. As well as being your MC for today, I'm also the chair of BCIT's Education Council. And throughout the year, it's the role of Education Council to advise BCIT's Board of Governors on a variety of educational policies, priorities, and programs. We review new programs or major changes to existing programs, as well as set criteria for awards that some of you are receiving, academic standing, and the exams that you all know and love. So through this, we're involved in many aspects of the programs that you have completed in order to earn your certificates, diplomas, and degrees here today. But this afternoon, as chair of Education Council, I get to do the very fun part. Graduates, I'm going to ask that you please stand. And flip the tassel on your cap to the left-hand side. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2019. Awesome. Please be seated again. Now I'd like to welcome Anne-Marie Webb-Hughes, past president of the BCIT Alumni Association, of which you are all now members, to speak to you and to introduce our valedictorian.
Good afternoon, fellow alumni. It feels like yesterday that I was sitting where you are now. In fact, I think it was 6 rows down, 4 in. Oh, I'm just kidding. I was eager, just like you, and wondering where my career was going to go. That was 1979. I have to say a very big thank you to BCIT because it's been a pretty incredible journey since then. Today, on behalf of the BCIT Alumni Association, I congratulate each and every one of you. You made it. Whoa. Yeah. Today, you are joining us. You are alumni and part of a growing BCIT family. We are now 180,000 members strong. I can assure you, we are everywhere. We are in every sector, and we are around the world. We are making a difference. We, as alumni, are true examples of why BCIT matters today. This year, the BCIT Alumni Association is celebrating our 40th anniversary. We're 40 years old. In 1979, we had a small cubbyhole office and a phone and just 3 people, 3 of us. This year, we kicked off 2019 by launching our very first international chapter in Hong Kong. I think that's pretty cool. Today, there are hundreds of successful BCIT alumni living in Hong Kong and surrounding areas of China. And that's just one example of where we are in the world. So now, as a graduate, you are a member of the BCIT Alumni Association. Whether you work here in British Columbia or anywhere in the world, we are committed to helping you succeed in your careers, to stay connected with BCIT. You can even join us, come on field trips to Europe, Japan, and beyond, and build your executive skills as you are in your career. So please, stay in touch with us, your fellow alumni, and stay in touch with your instructors and your mentors. These are the people who can be amazing in your network, and they can support you. So it's so easy to stay in touch with us. And I'd like to tell you how. So easy. Repeat after me. www.bcit.ca/alumni. Okay? That's you and me, babe. Okay? All right. As you cross the stage today, as you did cross the stage today, you received your credentials, and I presented each one of you with an alumni pin. We hope that you wear it with pride. You will always be part of the BCIT family. And now it is my great and distinct pleasure to introduce to you your valedictorian, Miranda Patton.
Congratulations. Are you ready? Yes.
Hello, fellow graduates, faculty, family, and friends. Congratulations, and thank you for being here to celebrate our achievement with us. I never thought I would be valedictorian. Before coming to BCIT, I wasn't really a great student. I was okay, but I didn't stand out or anything. I didn't go to office hours, I didn't ask questions in class, and I didn't really interact with my classmates. But when I got to BCIT, that changed. There were a lot of differences between when I started at BCIT and when I started my first degree. Those differences are both personal and institutional. When I started my first degree, I didn't know myself as well as I did when I started BCIT and as I do now. I was a lot less confident, and I wasn't equipped to deal with the challenges that lay ahead. My time during my first degree ended up in my dropping out in my last semester due to depression. It felt terrible at the time, but that was ultimately the right choice. I wouldn't be here without it. I spent the next few years getting to know myself and working on skills to overcome my challenges. I realized I needed a change of career and somewhat impulsively applied to the Computer Systems Technology program at BCIT. It turned out to be the right choice, and it ended up helping me grow in ways I didn't anticipate. The small set sizes encourage teamwork and bonding. They also give each student an opportunity to be seen and heard by instructors, and make it easier to contribute in and out of class. The workload also helped us bond a lot by complaining about it and being in it together. I feel I was really lucky with my set in particular because we got really close. We constantly booked the largest study room in the library to do work between classes. We were there so often that other students who didn't know us noticed our group and disliked that we were always there. We got together socially as well, and we still do. What I learned from my experiences, both in and out of BCIT, is that life might not always turn out the way we expect it to or want it to. We're at a high point right now, having just graduated, and we should definitely celebrate that. But there were low points in getting here. There's going to be low points in the future, and that's okay. Going through challenges helps us build resilience and ultimately shapes us into the amazing humans we are and will become. So take care of yourself through the low points and celebrate the highs. You made it this far. Thank you.
Give me one moment, we just extra page turning here. Thank you, Miranda, for a wonderful valedictory address. Now it's time to celebrate with our graduates. Before they go, a couple of reminders. Leader Frames is available just outside the hall if you would like to have your credential professionally framed today. Goldfish Photo Booth is also in the foyer for instant photos and all the social media sharing that you would like to do. Our Tona will be available for studio portraits of graduates, located upstairs in room 3040. I also want to remind you that a video of this ceremony will be available online in a day or two. Go to bcit.ca/convocation right after you go to the Alumni Association one, Anne-Marie, I was listening, and you will be directed from there. Everyone is invited to join us for refreshments following the ceremony. The reception will be held in the gymnasium directly across from the auditorium that we're in right now. Graduates, please return to the gowning area to remove your gown before going to the reception. There's all kinds of good food in there that you don't want to get on the gowns. And I would ask everyone, please, there's a lot of people here today, as you're exiting the auditorium, please step away from the doors to allow everybody to go through. I really need to take a moment to thank all of our volunteers and our staff for their efforts in putting together today's ceremony. It's a lot of work, and a lot of effort has gone into that, so thank you. And lastly, a note to those who have just crossed the stage. You have completed a chapter in your journey, and you have my heartfelt congratulations. We hope that BCIT continues to be a part of your future as you grow and develop in your chosen field. I personally wish you the very best. Our processions will now leave the auditorium. First, the platform party, followed by our faculty, and then, of course, our graduates. I ask everyone now to stand and remain standing until our graduates have departed.
Didn't know how mama said